Starting for the FXO team to the top left, actually it's the StarTale player who starts to the top left. We have in the orange color now the teammate of Hack, it is
StarTale Virus.
And while things go wrong for Hack right now, everything went well for Virus so far. He's ahead with 1 win, no loss so far. He's up against a fellow Terran player who just experienced a loss against Zenio to the bottom right in the teal. Starting for the FXO team, we now have
FXO 3.
And just keep in mind how well Virus currently plays against Terran. It was just really interesting to watch him play against Hack, and he had an amazing performance. It's going to be quite the interesting match, especially with Tree being a little bit hard pressed here. He needs a win right now, and the matchup against Terran is the worst.
25% win rate in that. In fact, he's going gas first, and the two builds we've seen from Tree so far, this 2 racks against Zenio and the gas first build against Virus, show that he's not comfortable in the late game. But Virus's play is so sick, and Seeker says he's with them on that one. But I don't know if that's trying to be a pun, like Virus's play is so sick because his ID is Virus or not, but either way, yeah, Virus is pretty good player. You see his win rate is, well, there's these stats actually. I just saw the thing pop up, I was like, well, let's talk about this, but actually these are pretty much meaningless.
Yeah, it's only 1 game on this map, but it's gonna be, well, Virus, in my opinion, is the favorite player here. Tree has to prove that he's able to take games in this group. He was playing against Zenio. He could have done a bit better. Zenio defended very, very well. I like the strategy and the positioning for the bunkers that Tree used. The follow-up was spotted by Zenio, which gave the Zerg player the chance to prepare for it accordingly.
Is he going to kill this SCV?
I certainly don't hope so.
That was a close call.
Yeah. Tree is repairing it in time, but yeah, he has to prove himself here. And if he wants to advance, if he wants to play in Code S next season, then he has to step up his game and take this win.
By the way, speaking of map win percentage of some of those wins down there, I wanted to let everyone know the GSTL map pool has been announced. There are a few new maps, and you can rest assured that Crossfire is no longer in the pool. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys want to go look that up, go to GOMTV.net, go to TeamLiquid.net.
We have
check it out.
2 new maps.
Yeah, GSL Whirlwind, and the other one's name is,
I think, Mundelheim?
Yeah, Mundelheim.
Something along those lines. It actually sounds German. It sounds like a German map. I have no idea what exactly the first part of it is supposed to mean, but Heim is definitely a German word. It's kind of what it describes like
a place,
a home.
Yeah.
It can describe several things, but it's all located to a place or home or even a small town. Yep, small village.
But we'll see how those maps play out. I've only seen screenshots of them, so I don't know exactly how they're going to play out, but they've been tested. All GSL maps are actually tested quite heavily with programmers, so
we're definitely going to have a look at them before we start with the GSTL next week. The map pool was announced today.
Tree is going Cloak here.
Yeah, right now he starts with his Cloak upgrade before he starts the first Banshee.
And Virus is doing basically the same build we saw him do earlier, with going up to the 3 racks, and from here, or actually this is what Hack did against Virus. In fact, I sort of misnamed those.
Yeah, Virus went for the mech play right now. He is choosing a different style on this map on Ohana. We talked a little bit about how mech play is really good on a map like Entombed Valley, because you can't just turtle on these 3 bases, and with 6 gas, it's really easy to build up this beefy army that you need in order to make mech play successful. Even the 4th base is accessible. So right now we have Virus already with the first engineering bay. This will help him with potential missile turrets in order to have some detection on the map.
But he's not going to have any Vikings, you know, so he's going to have to rely on the turrets. And he's going to have to rely on scans as well. He does not have stim either, not even started. He's going to start it very soon. In fact, in seconds, most likely. 3 turrets going down for him. But again, he's going to have to protect his Marines somehow. There will always be a place to poke at these units.
The name of the map, by the way, to come back to it, is Muspelheim. I just got a tweet regarding it, so thanks again. I actually like how people start to interact with us a lot more and give us these information.
Yeah, thank you for tweeting at us at ProxyWolf and Caldor. Basically, you guys can share us anything you want. We will read all of them in between the matches. Here comes the first Banshee. There is a turret in place, as we mentioned. He did not cancel Cloak.
I like that. Going in, and then he's like, uh-oh, no, I have to go out here. I think Cloak is actually a good decision here, as long as he really gets the... well, what I don't really like, he has 2 Banshees right now. Oh, he's getting the 3rd, okay. I really like when you get like 2 to 3 Banshees at least in order to make sure that you're in a position where you can attack at several points at a time. This makes it very hard for your opponent to defend against it, especially with Marines. Playing the Xel'Naga Watchtower here, and here comes the 2nd Banshee. So if he plays this well and goes for a nice multitasking...
Yeah, and he's even using the SCV he had on the Watchtower to repair. That's really cool, so he can kind of come in and out. I think he may go for a timing attack to follow us up, though, because he does not have a command center on the way, and he is really trying to commit to this. He's not able to kill a whole lot just yet, though. He needs to kill a lot of Marines here if he really wants to go for that timing attack, because that's going to be his biggest his biggest challenge here. It's going to be like the stepping stone he has to step over.
Nice. This scan was actually brilliant, but it was not enough to take down the Banshee, so well played. And I don't like that he has 1 Banshee position as the Xel'Naga Watchtower. He should try to be a little bit more flexible with the multitasking, try to hit the natural as well. This would help him so much. 3 Banshees, he actually has 4, doesn't he? No, he has 3, sorry, I'm mistaken.
The 4th one is about to pop.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. But he's pulling SCVs now. He's really going for this timing, and I'm not quite sure if this is going to
He's pulled all of his SCVs but like 5, and this actually may work, Calder, with the DPS of the Banshees and with Cloak.
Yeah, the bunker is definitely going to be a problem.
He's actually just going to fight these Marines straight up.
With 4 Banshees, all the SCVs, and I think the bunker is going to... He has Hellions as well.
I think this is going to work, man.
Yeah, I think so too right now.
We'll see, though.
Just look at it. We have only Marines, and
the
only
Marines are stimming, and they're falling so quickly.
This is 3 actually with a very,
super
very
creative all-in, and it's going to work.
This kind of makes... If you think about it, it really makes a lot of sense. With all these Banshees, he forced Virus to build a ton of Marines, and then he follows it up with Hellions, and these Hellions take the Marines apart, especially with the SCVs just blocking everything.
I've heard about this build from Epic's Open, and it's a pretty good one, it seems like. I mean, what can Virus do here? He's trying to scan to kill these Banshees, doesn't have enough DPS. The Hellions are killing not only the SCVs, but the Marines as well, and Virus...
That is pretty impressive.
Wow!
GG
indeed.
Takes the game.
He didn't even do any damage with his Banshees. It didn't matter. Imagine if he had killed a lot of Marines with his Banshees and then did that. It could have been even stronger.
He forced the Marines, and as soon as he forced the Marines, he was able to take them down with the Hellions. If you want to defend against this, you need to have at least another bunker. If you have 2 bunkers and repair with SCVs, you might be able to hold, even with a 3rd bunker. But you have to have the scouting information, and with the Banshees on the map, he was able to deny these. So there was no scan, and as soon as you have the Banshees on the map, you can make sure that their opponent is not getting any SCVs into play. That's one of the reasons why he had 1 of the Banshees currently always stationed at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. As soon as he would have realized, okay, my opponent is sending out another Marine, another SCV to scout, he could have just moved in with the Banshee, taken down the scout, and as long as Virus does not use a scan, he is in the dark.
He could have done a lot more, but as it turns out, I think that was a well-practiced build. But again, I mentioned this at the start of the game with the gas first. I was like, I don't feel like Tree is comfortable with macro right now against these players. Obviously, he's an up-and-comer, but he's done 2 all-ins in a row. The first all-in was a lot more all-in, and it was not flexible at all. The second one was something we've seen in the past. The first player to really do this consistently, I always go back to this, is Maka Prime. I always go for Marines instead of SCVs with his Banshee Harass and do a timing attack and kill his opponent. In this case, he tried to go for SCVs and Marines. He really got neither, but his attack follow-up was so intelligent and so smart. Those are 2 synonyms for each other. But
it just made sense.
It was so intelligent, it was so smart, it was so brilliant, it was so genius. It just worked out.
Yeah, it was really well executed, and you could see that he practiced this build a lot. The timings worked out very well for him. And our next game is something that I'm really excited about. This is a Zerg versus Proto that is coming up. We have Daybreaks, and Neo is meeting MC here. And I really think that this is going to be a great match. I'm so looking forward to those 2 players meeting each other. We have MC here in his best matchup. He has a 67% win ratio against Zerg, and Zinio on the other hand. I really want to see what he has up his sleeve when he's up against MC. This is going to be an awesome match.
Yeah, this should be great to watch. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
It's taking place on the map that we've seen a lot in ZVP. Daybreak is our map today.
I think one of the best matches for ZVP. It like plays out to exactly how ZVP is played these days.
Yeah.
It's like third base is there for both players. How do you pressure it? As a Zerg, how do you pressure the Pross third? As a Pross, how do you pressure the Zergs third? How does the late game transition? A lot of cool terrain. And we have a pause right at the start. I do not think we're going to actually start.
It is so funny, after we mentioned this, that people can tweet at us. I got some information about Muspelheim that I did actually not know. Muspelheim means Realm of Fire in Old Norwegian mythology. So that is actually a very, very interesting thing. So far I thought that Heim indicated that it originated in Germany. But that is really, really great. So guys, if you didn't know, it means Realm of Fire in Norwegian mythology. Very cool.
And while you were talking about this, the game was remade.
Yeah, I saw.
So
do you know what the problem was?
No.
I saw him on camera, apparently something about the headset.
There was some problem with his headset, and in the chat, MC was saying he was really annoyed about something, but I couldn't catch what he was saying he was annoyed about. I think he was saying he was annoyed about the matchup, though, so I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it was something with Zenio.
Okay.
But in the chat, like, they were asking, like, do you want to start the game again, or do you want to just go now? And eventually the Korean Observer haven't just made the choice, like, we're just going to start again, because it's awkward to, like, unpause. The game was paused before either player had even selected their probes. It was paused that quickly, so there must have been some sort of issue. But either way, we're just going to start the game again. We saw MC actually take out Dongri-gu at MLG in a PvZ, showing great defense. Dongri-gu actually did the double Roach Warren build, where you get really fast burrow movement and Roach speed.
I haven't seen this in ages.
It's been forever, but MC held it really, really well without even very many cannons, just with good unit control and good force fields. It's something he's known for, and I think on this map, he seems to be very comfortable at defending against Roach aggression. I'm wondering if we're going to see him do this with Colossi, because that's something a lot of pros...
That is an awesome shot.
He's really tired from traveling. He said this earlier, and he was talking in the makeup room with the makeup girls about how he's really annoyed. I mean, he wants to go to this Red Bull land tomorrow, but he's like, I'm so tired of traveling. I have to go get on the plane tomorrow. He's going to Texas, so right after this match, he's got to go home, prepare for that, get on the plane tomorrow. A lot of traveling for these players. Well, the game has been successfully started now. It's going to be between MC and Zenio here at the GSL Up and Down match.